The sat phone vibrated against my chest in the thin air of the Andes. The call came through scrambled, heavy with static. Her voice, an old friend, a nurse, shaking, crying, "Your daughter, she's in the ICU." Silence inside me. My heart didn't move, not yet. She swallowed the next words like they were shards of glass. "A diplomat's son, drunk. His car hit her. She's broken, inside and out." Then softer, almost afraid to say it, "He's already gone. They put him on a plane, immunity. He won't face trial." I stared into the white ridge of the mountain, wind cutting my face. My men looked at me, waiting. I signaled for extract. The commander's nod was brief, no questions. He knew better. They thought distance would protect him. They thought borders would save him. They forgot what men like me are trained for. My mission had changed. On the flight back, I thought of her. Small hands gripping mine when she was little. The way she used to wait at the door when I came home from deployments, eyes glowing. Now she lay somewhere under tubes and wires. And the man who shattered her body sat free, his bloodline wrapped in a shield called diplomacy. I didn't cry, couldn't. Grief calcified into something harder, something colder. But another thought cut deeper than rage. Where was her mother, my ex-wife? She hadn't called me, not once. When I landed, I saw her in the hospital room, perfumed, untouched by the smell of antiseptic and blood. She stood too close to another man, a consulate official. I recognized the insignia on her lapel. Her eyes darted when she noticed me, too quick, too guilty. Pieces shifted, something unseen lurked beneath. The diplomat's son hadn't just been protected by chance, he was connected. To her, and maybe, through her, to me. I played my part, quiet father, stoic soldier. I thanked doctors, nodded at nurses, kept my hands steady over her pale skin as she slept, machines doing what her body couldn't. But every night I slipped away. Records, phone logs, financial trails. I knew how to track men in jungles, deserts, cities. Finding the truth in a hospital corridor was child's play. The diplomat's son, his name was Adrian Vale, 23, reckless, known for trouble. His father had pulled him out of messes before, but this time he had help from within. I found the calls, my ex-wife's number, direct lines to the embassy, messages deleted but not erased. She hadn't just stood by, she had helped them move him. My daughter lay dying, and her mother's hands had opened the escape route. I kept silent. Even as my insides twisted with every beep of the monitor, I spoke nothing. Silence was my camouflage. Silence was the trap. The evidence came in a slim envelope. A contact in the police slid it under my coffee cup. Flight manifests, logs, and a transfer of funds into her account. Thick enough to buy silence. I waited. Not long. She arrived the next morning, hair perfect, face painted as if grief were just another costume. She whispered to the man with the insignia, glanced at my daughter, then at me. I placed the papers on the tray beside the hospital bed. No words, just the truth, black and white, staring back at her. Her face drained. The official stiffened, hand twitching toward the file like he could snatch it back from existence. I didn't move. I just said, low and flat, "You sold her." That was all. Her lips parted, trembling. Explanations clawed at her throat but never escaped. The silence pressed heavier than any scream. I let the embassy know. Not through the police, not through channels they could bend. Through men who answered to flags higher than theirs. Adrian Vale wasn't untouchable anymore. By the time his father realized, the boy was already recalled. Not to safety, but to inquiry, to trial. His name burned across the news. The immunity shield shattered. And my ex-wife? Her accounts froze. Her consulate friend vanished, career buried under the scandal. I never shouted, never cursed. I just stood in the hospital room, my daughter's shallow breaths between us, and let her feel the weight of what she had done. She tried to cry, but guilt doesn't sound like grief. It sounds like a choke, like something rotten turning inside. Weeks later, my daughter opened her eyes. Fragile, weak, but alive. That was enough. Her mother wasn't there. She wouldn't be. The courts would see to that. I sat by the bed, the morning sun spilling across her face. She looked at me with confusion, then recognition. I forced a smile, cold but steady. Inside, the storm finally went quiet. They thought distance would save him. They thought betrayal would break me. But I had been forged in places where mercy dies. And I will never forgive what she chose. The last time I saw her, she was smaller than I remembered, shaking, begging. I walked past without a word. Because the cruelest revenge isn't violence, it's indifference. And she was already forgotten.